I just want to start this video off by saying Luka Doncic is probably somebody that you don't want to make mad in the NBA playoffs. What do you do when you start getting embarrassed so bad on your own home court that your hometown fans start to boo? What do you do when your star players let you down and fail to rise to the moment, and your 2018 first overall pick not only doesn't want to play up to their billing, but also gets benched mid-game? To add insult to injury, the guy that you passed on is on the other end, absolutely dismantling your team and everything that you've worked to build. The Phoenix Suns are currently in this really weird place. As somebody that sung the praises of the Suns during the regular season, I'm a bit shocked that they're close to the postseason, and I really do believe that everybody kind of is in some way, shape, or form. We're talking about a team that steamrolled teams during the regular season en route to their best record in franchise history. At 64-18, this Suns team had done something that no other Suns team had, winning 64 games. The Barkley Suns didn't do this, and neither did the Nash and Amari Suns. Before I move past the Nash and Amari Suns, I just want to say that I really wish that I could have gotten to see this team play in this era. In my opinion, they would have been absolutely devastating. At worst, they would have been a nightmare to match up with. Here's a random fact. Did you guys know that Steve Nash actually has regrets over his style of play? Seriously, I mean, I couldn't believe it. Actually, I kind of could believe it. Especially when you look at what Stephen Curry was able to do not too long after him. In 2018, Nash stated that I probably should have shot the ball 20 times a game, and he may not be wrong. Nash always had the ability to do some serious damage in his prime. This actually may be a video in itself at some point. To get back to talking about today's Phoenix Suns, let's just say that things are getting pretty ugly. We have a lot to talk about this video, but before we go any further, let's get a word from our sponsor. I want to give a major shout out to DraftKings for sponsoring today's video. If you guys don't know what DraftKings is, then you're actually in luck, because they just so happen to be hooking it up for this video and its viewers. Their latest offer might actually be too good to pass up. With DraftKings Sportsbook, new customers can bet just $5 on any team and win $150 in free bets if they win. It's not often you get things like 30-to-1 odds on any basketball team to win their next playoff game. That is ridiculous value. If betting on one game just isn't your thing, you don't even have to worry, because they have things like same-game parlays also. Parlays allow you to combine multiple bets for bigger payouts. If you guys are interested in DraftKings, download the Sportsbook app now and use promo code DCOOP. Let me know any props that you guys like down in the comments below. I want to give a major shout out to DraftKings for supporting our channel.
I remember when we were playing Phoenix, they were talking so much, telling us we better make the playoffs. We ain't gonna make the playoffs. We out of the playoffs, but y'all, this is a disgrace, bro. Like, y'all got points in the third quarter. This is terrible.
All right, guys, here's my obligatory I love Anthony Edwards. The whole league watched as the Suns got beat so bad that they even dropped a statement on Twitter after their loss. Now, I'm not going to read you guys the whole statement, but yeah, I mean, they got beat so bad that they literally dropped a statement after their loss. Getting beat so bad that you have to drop a statement after your loss is pretty brutal. Now, as a fan of Chris Paul and the New Orleans Hornets, I'm trying not to be too loud about the Suns' disrespect and the Suns getting destroyed, because this actually wasn't the worst playoff loss point-wise in CP3's career. When CP3 was a Hornet, I had to watch a Carmelo Anthony-led Nuggets team destroy us by 58 points back in 09 on our home court. Getting blown out on your home court in the playoffs is not fun. I can literally speak from experience. So you guys know that Chris is my guy, but man, he has a nasty history. Again, I don't want to harp too much on the Phoenix Suns. I want to give some props to Luka and the Dallas Mavericks too, and the video on the Dallas Mavericks and everything they've been accomplishing will be coming to the channel really soon. In these NBA playoffs, there's been a whole lot of scapegoating going on. I don't think that scapegoating anybody is ever the answer, and I definitely don't think that scapegoating DeAndre Ayton is the answer at all to the Suns' problems. In fact, scapegoating DeAndre Ayton will only make the problems that the Suns have worse than they already are. Book played poorly and his body language stunk. CP3 looked so gassed that I actually started to believe that he was really injured. Which, if he was really injured, Is he somebody that you can rely on at this stage of his career? Unfortunately, the playoff injuries have been piling up for Chris, and he's really not getting any younger. The Suns' questions extend beyond DeAndre Ayton. Yeah, I get it, you drafted DeAndre Ayton over a generational prospect, and he played like crap last night and has shown an extremely hot and cold motor all season. I'm kind of talking myself out of Ayton, but to talk myself back into him, the positives firmly outweigh the negatives if you can get him to buy in. When you brought CP3 to this team, he was selfless and took a back seat after averaging 18 and 11. He averaged this 18 and 11 before CP3 even touched the floor as a Sun. Let me remind you that DeAndre Ayton was doing this as a sophomore. That same selflessness from DeAndre Ayton would come back to bite him in the form of contract negotiations, where the Suns would fail to offer him the max. According to Woj, going into last season, DeAndre did not feel valued by the Phoenix organization. Ayton did not speak with reporters after the loss, and the alleged confrontation that he had with Monty Williams wouldn't do anything to make this situation any better. Though it's unclear what was said between the two, Skip Bayless believes that Ayton was told that he quit on the team.
From what our man Lil Wayne told me, he was sitting across, and I think he either heard it or could lip read. Monty got so upset with Ayton that he said, you freaking quit on us.
When asked why Ayton only played 17 minutes, 0 in the fourth quarter, Monty Williams said in the most stern voice, "It's internal." This is your reminder that the Mavericks didn't have a defender that could check DeAndre Ayton one-on-one. When Monty Williams would be asked if DeAndre Ayton was a part of the Suns' long-term plans, he would respond with, "DeAndre's situation is something that we'll deal with this summer. I don't want to say anything in regards to that. James and I are going to have conversations about the team in general." This is obviously not the response that I expected from Monty Williams. This is a coach that's been on the record saying that it's my job to get you guys paid as much money as possible. The response I was expecting was more along the lines of, "He's important and we'll figure everything out." Might I add that Monty is also seemingly one of the nicest coaches in the league. For him to feel the need to take drastic action during an NBA playoff game is telling to say the least. Following that action up with cryptic press conferences really doesn't make the situation any better. Now, some people believe this was all part of an elaborate plan to lower Ayton's value. Do I believe that? No, not really. But I will say that we've seen weirder things happen in the NBA. According to Monty, as of May 16th, he hadn't spoken with Ayton in a one-on-one fashion. This whole situation is absolutely crazy. DeAndre Ayton is an absolute beast. This is a guy that could easily be pushing 20 points and 10 boards per game right now with a bigger role had he never taken a back seat. As a matter of fact, without CP3 this season, Ayton is averaging 20 points and 10 boards while shooting 67% from the field. Now, I know that the sample size isn't the biggest, but at this point, I think we all know that DeAndre Ayton is more than capable of producing big numbers if he's given the opportunity. Ayton has all of the offensive tools you could desire, and he has shown an evolving jump shot. Defensively, he can be hot and cold, but his ability to flat out take over games is invaluable. When he wants to be a game changer, he is that game changer. But you can also say that that's part of the problem. I'm not going to go into some of the Suns' rebounding woes this season, because I feel like we've already piled on DeAndre Ayton enough. According to reports, Ayton is expected to receive max offers as a free agent. My question to you guys is, would you max DeAndre Ayton if you were the Phoenix Suns? Also, what team do you guys think that DeAndre Ayton fits well with? There's always that possibility of a sign and trade. If I'm the Suns, I'd try to do my best to not overreact. You just won 64 games, you had the coach of the year. Yes, you need to make changes, but maybe not in the capacity that you think at this moment. You guys were literally in the finals a year ago. Now, could have some injuries played a factor in that finals appearance? Look guys, I'm not here to start a whole bunch of mess. It's going to be pretty interesting to see what changes that this team makes. Even Monty Williams was like, something has to shake. By the way, I know Monty was coach of the year and everything too, but he is not absolved of blame. He's put up some stinkers. Regardless of any stinkers that he's put up though, it's pretty clear that the players have his back. Now eventually, I imagine that the players or even Monty try to slow this whole mess down at some point. The team just came off of a really bad playoff loss. Everybody's emotional. Whatever happens though, it's going to be interesting to see, and I can't stress enough that you guys have to form your own opinions with these things. Let me know what you guys think of everything going on with the Phoenix Suns down in the comments below. Clicking the video on the screen right now is a great way to support my channel. I'm GetLikeCoop, bringing you guys the scoop until our next upload.